What are the 3 mistakes that are killing conversions for any type of websites? Those 3 mistakes that most websites are doing are the reason that your conversion rate is not high to the level that it should be at. Hello there, this is Khalid with Invesp. This channel is all about helping you improve your site conversion rate so you can make more money online. Now, we do that by sharing the best tools, strategies, and tips on how you can achieve that. If you are new to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe and of course, like and comment on this video. Let's jump right in. The very first mistake is having generic copy on the website. You cannot imagine how often I look at a website and the copy is written in such a generic manner that me as a visitor and every one of your visitors that are coming to the website feel very blush when we read that copy. Is that even a word? I guess it is. You can always tell when copy is written by a marketer. There is a lot of we in it, uses generic terms, and it's just not copy that resonates with visitors. And it is a sure way for your conversion rate to drop and for you to tell every visitor who's coming to your website that, well, yeah, we are a copy of our competitors. There's nothing unique about us. Your personality, your website voice does not come through. Now, I've recorded a video and we'll leave a link to it in the comments that shows you some e-commerce websites that do really well when it comes to messaging. Here's a funny thing that you want to keep in mind. E-commerce sites have a really good way to communicate their message to their visitors. SaaS websites, it's a little bit more challenging to communicate your messaging, who you are through your copy. Yet, most SaaS companies have figured out the importance of copy. Most e-commerce websites are just absolutely lazy and they don't pay close attention to copy. And as a result of that, we end up with lots of e-commerce websites with generic copy. So that's the very first mistake. Mistake number 2, simple things that are not too simple to do on your website. What do I mean by that? You expect every visitor who comes to your website to be able to do certain tasks. Those certain tasks should be really easy to do. Sometimes they are not too simple. Sometimes some designer, some developer got a little too smart for their own good, and you end up with things that are just absolutely difficult to do. I go to an e-commerce website. I'm looking to buy a rug from the website. Guess what? One of the very first considerations that I want to look at is the size of the rug, because I have a specific room where I'm going to be using this rug. So I'm going to be looking at probably a size, and then I'm going to be looking at color, then I'm going to be looking at material. You cannot imagine how difficult it is to do that on some of the top retailers that sell rugs around the US. They just complicate something that is supposed to be really easy. Now, here is a pro tip for you. If you think that your visitors should be able to perform a certain task really easily on your website, what you want to do is you want to go and find somebody who is maybe on the older side, maybe somebody who's in their 60s, 65, maybe 70. They're a little familiar with the internet, so they know how to navigate. Give them your website and ask them to complete that task on your website. If it's buying a rug, hey, why don't you go ahead? You have this room, you have your living room, and you want to buy a rug for your room. Why don't you go ahead and do that on our website? Watch what they do on your website, because this is supposed to be a simple task. And if somebody who is 65 or 70, not to offend anybody, is able to perform that task, all of your other visitors should be able to perform it. Watch them and watch where they struggle and go ahead and fix those issues. Number 3, not thinking about your customers. And it sort of relates to the very first item, but I will give you an example from North Face. North Face sells jackets. They sell about 12 different types of jackets. It's a very simple website, but they didn't think about their customers. The focus on the website is like, well, here's the jacket, here's the material in it. When I'm buying a jacket, since I live in Chicago, the biggest concern that I have is how warm is this jacket going to be for me when it's really cold in Chicago, and how well would it fit me? Those are the 2 concerns that I have. Unfortunately for North Face, they did not address the first concern. I have to go click on every jacket, look at it, and some jackets have almost a warmth parameter that tells you how warm it is, but I actually have to click and I have to open multiple pages and I start comparing those different products, and where that warmth parameter is on their side is not consistent, and then I'm left with more confusion. What was supposed to be something very simple, it is no longer simple on on their site. They did not think about their customers. So think about your customer. Think about that visitor who is coming to your website and think about what are the concerns that they have. How do I make sure that I'm addressing those concerns right away? I'm doing a review a little later with a company that sells vacation packages in Orlando, and they sent me their landing page and they said, hey, just prior to jumping on the call, do you mind just taking a look at our page? And I'm like, sure, I'll take a look at the page. I jump on the page and there's so many different offers. It's $100 off. No, it's $75. Oh no, we're selling you this $75 package for 3 days. After just spending 30 seconds on the page, I got really frustrated, and they did not really address the main concerns that I have. How much does the package cost? What's included in the package? It is there somewhere on the page, but I had to dig for it, and I left frustrated, and I decided, you know what, this is not for me. And that's probably the reason they are struggling with converting more of their visitors into actual customers or prospects, whatever it is that they are trying to do. Those 3 mistakes that most websites suffer from, if you're able to fix them, I can guarantee you that you'll have an uplift in conversion rates.